Hi everyone, Victoria DiCarlo here on this week's School Bus Safety Tips and Reminders. This week is part 2 on the recent student deaths caused by their own school bus. One of the tragedies occurred in the pre-dawn hours while the 5-year-old child was retrieving dropped items in front of the bus. Another young student lost his life while bending over to tie his shoes in the bus's danger zone. With this said, as school bus drivers, what can we do to avoid tragic situations like these in the future? For a start, we can teach and remind students to always have their backpacks zipped closed when entering and exiting the school bus. We know the reason for this is to stop any of the backpack's contents from spilling out into the danger zone areas. We as school bus drivers are their temporary guardians, and it is in best practice that we stop any student from exiting the bus with an unzipped backpack. If needed, we can assist in closing the backpacks for them. Also, to prevent any mishaps in the danger zone, encourage and reinforce them to wear their backpacks the way they were intended to be worn. This would be with both arms through each strap so the backpack is secured and balanced. Also, it leaves students free to use the handrails, preventing them from tripping and falling down the stairwell while entering and exiting the school bus. If our students are carrying an object in hand that may fit inside the backpack, encourage and assist them in placing the item inside their backpack for them before they exit the bus. Our students will take notice of the time and effort we took as an authority figure in assisting with ensuring their safety. These actions will be followed by the student remembering to do this for himself in the future. Yes, there are those that will still need our time and effort again and again. Don't give up on this practice. The driver, along with the student, will reap the benefits here. The endeared items students carry off the bus may be dropped and retrieved by the student in the danger zones. This action will leave them vulnerable and subjected to an irreversible tragedy. That's why we teach and encourage students to leave dropped items and report them to us immediately. Sometimes we see our students carrying objects, toys, or even treats to school to share in birthday celebrations. When we see our students with objects in hand approaching the bus, a mental alarm should go off and we need to be more mindful to these students. They can drop them and disappear from our sight when retrieving them, especially when there's a group of students at the bus stop. In the pre-dawn hours, they may go completely unnoticed and out of sight. As a result, they can be run over by their own bus or a passing motorist. Also, encourage shoes to be tied at all times. They may decide to stop in the danger zone to tie them. Students in the past have done this, resulting in their death by their own buses. If a student is too young to tie their own shoes, we can assist them or have an older student tie them before they exit the bus. We want them out of that danger zone as quick and safely as conditions will allow. I want to talk about this unnerving photo for a minute. This is a photo of a 5-year-old kindergarten student. If you look at the windshield of the bus, you have difficulty spotting the child's position. If you glance at the bus's grill, this student blends into the bus's right tire. Since a new school year began, there have been 2 5-year-olds killed by their own school buses. So I chose to have a 5-year-old to demonstrate what a child of this age and height appears like in front of our large school buses. A picture we know can speak for itself. In this case, as school bus drivers, these small young students are part of our daily reality. This photo was taken on December 2nd at around 4:30 p.m. at Lakeshore Central School's Transportation Department. The conditions were of low contrast and raining. This child's father was gracious enough to bring his little boy to our transportation department to assist in this safety demonstration, in hope that we can see and learn something valuable here. This child in the standing upright position measured at the height of 43 inches. He was measured once again in the squatting position and was instructed to reach for a dropped object. In that squatting position, he then measured a mere 21 inches. A child of this height bending over in front of our buses now has become less than half his original height. Now add to this the low contrast clothing he is wearing. He now appears to be one with the road. Now add a few more students getting off the bus with him to create distraction away from his position. He now is left with the odds against him to be noticed by his bus driver, who may be checking the mirrors looking for the obvious, and that would be a child in the upright position. During this photo safety demo, the bus's engine was off and secured. I offered the child's father to sit in the driver's seat and instructed him to find his child in the crossover mirrors. This boy's father reported to me that he could not see his son in either crossover mirror. Even though both mirrors were positioned to reflect 12 feet plus in front of the bus, also the front bumper, along with both front tires. I myself took a look. In the current weather condition and low contrast lighting, the child blended into the asphalt, and I could not see him either. I must share with you the only things I could see were a few of the dropped items around that child. If a driver took a deliberate, lingering view in those mirrors, perhaps when the child moved, that's if he moved, before a driver proceeded forward, he might be seen, and this child's life could be spared. As school bus drivers, we can do all the right things. Then comes a day like this one, when all the outside conditions are against us, and a child's life is lost. Evidently, our buses are in need of additional safety features to help us go without these incidents, such as external courtesy lighting in our danger zones, along with bumper sensors. It makes me wonder if the majority of school bus drivers have been running on luck so far. If that were the case here, we all know that eventually luck runs out. We can agree that no child should die on their way to the education they are entitled to receiving. We need changes on our buses. Every life is worth saving. I want to thank you so much for listening to this message today. And please always remember to respect and mind your state and district policies. Until next time, stay safe out there.